Hi everyone, today we will discuss future tense. The definition is this tense shows or expresses the actions which are expected to take place in future time. In this tense, we discuss the actions which are going to happen in future time. Simple future tense. As we have discussed in previous volumes of present or past tense that the most important things for learning tenses are time adverbs, helping verbs and main verbs. So I repeat this again that you have to learn all these three segments to learn the tenses. Time adverbs of simple future tense. The trick is infant. In for in plus future time, F for future plus time, A for after plus time, N for next plus time, and the most frequent time adverb is tomorrow. Helping verbs are shall and will. Shall is used with first person, that is the speaker. For example, I and we, and will is used with remaining subjects except first person. So with all subjects we use will except I and we. And main verb which is used in simple future tense is first form. Affirmative sentences. Our friends blank revise the chapter tomorrow. Tomorrow is the time adverb of simple future tense in the sentence. And with our friends we use will. And main verb is used first form. So the answer is will revise. In the second question, I blank examine the copies after 2 weeks. The time adverb is after 2 weeks. And with I and we use shall plus first form. So the answer is shall examine. Negative sentences. We blank not attack the enemies in next month. Next month is time adverb of simple future tense. With we, that is subject, we use shall. So the answer is shall not attack, because in brackets not has been given to us, so we use not after first helping verb. Interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences we use helping verb before subject and main verb is used after subject. In this sentence, after 2 hours has been given to us, that is the time adverb of simple future tense. With the police we will use will and kill is first form, so the answer is will kill. Next tense is future continuous tense. In future continuous tense we use two adverbials at this time plus adverbs of simple future tense, and next one is at this moment plus adverbs of simple future tense. So learn these time adverbials. At this time plus adverbs of simple future, at this moment plus adverbs of simple future. Helping verbs. Shall be and will be. Shall be is used with I and we, and will be is used with remaining subjects except I and we. And main verb. In all continuous tenses we use ing form of verb, that is known as present participle. Affirmative sentences. Example: my students blank dance at this time tomorrow. At this time tomorrow is the time adverbial of future continuous tense. With my students we have to use will be, and the ing of dance is dancing. So the answer is will be dancing. Negative sentences. Chetan blank not compose a new poem at this moment next month. At this moment next month is the time adverbial of future continuous tense. With Chetan we have to use will be plus ing of compose. Remember we use not after first helping verb. So the answer is will not be composing. Do not write will be not composing. That would be wrong answer. So the correct answer will not be composing. Interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences we always use helping verb before subject and main verb is used after subject. In this sentence, at this time after 5 hours has been given to us, that is the time adverbial of future continuous tense. So the answer is will be having, future perfect tense. Time adverbs, by plus time, and the next one is by the end of plus time. So there are two time adverbials or adverbs in future perfect tense, by plus time and by the end of plus time. For example, by tomorrow, by next month, by the end of the year, by the end of next week. Helping verbs, shall have is used with I and we, and will have is used with remaining subjects except I and we. So if there is no I and we as subject, in that condition we use will have. In all perfect tenses we use third form of main verb, that is known as past participle. Affirmative sentences. We blank finish this task by next weekend. By next weekend is the time adverbial of future perfect tense. With we have to use shall have, and third form of finish is finished. So the answer is shall have finished. Negative sentences. C blank no translate this document into Sanskrit by the end of this week. By the end of this week is the time adverbial of future perfect tense. With C we have to use will have plus third form. So the answer is will not have translated. Remember, not is always used after first helping verb. So we have to use not after will. Interrogative sentence. In this kind of sentences we use first helping verb before subject, that is will, and remaining helping verb and main verb is used after subject, that is have appointed. So the answer is will have appointed. Future perfect continuous tense. Time adverbials or structures. For plus period of time plus adverbs of future perfect tense. And next one, since plus point of time plus adverbs of future perfect tense. In these structures, either we can see the examples of future perfect tense or the adverbials of future perfect tense after for or since plus time. Helping verbs. Shall have been with I and we, will have been with remaining subjects. From starting to last, we can see that shall is always used with I and we in tenses. Main verb. In all perfect continuous tenses we use ing form of main verb, that is known as present participle. So keep this thing in your mind that in all continuous and perfect continuous tenses we use ing form of main verb. Affirmative sentences. For example, they blank dance for 3 hours by the end of 2 o'clock. In this sentence, two structures have been used, for plus time and by the end of 2 o'clock. So we have to use will have been plus ing. So the answer is will have been dancing. Negative sentences. Navya blank note describe the topic for 10 days by the end of this month. For 10 days and by the end of this month. These two structures have been used and these are used in future perfect continuous tense. So the answer is will not have been describing. We have to use not after first helping verb. Interrogative sentences. Now we have known it very clearly that in interrogative sentences we use first helping verb before subject and remaining helping verbs and main verb are used after subject. So the answer is will have been watching. In the end, I want to give some important tips to the students. Learn all time adverbs as I have taught you in these lessons, and write all time adverbs with their short forms or tricks so that you can memorize them later. Second thing, Learn the chart of helping verbs. Learn all the helping verbs used in different tenses. So make a chart of all the helping verbs and keep on learning them, because after identifying tense we have to write helping verbs and main verbs as our answer. And third one is learn all main verbs. If you learn all helping verbs, main verbs and time adverbs, you can write the answer of questions asked in the examination confidently. So you are suggested to learn all time adverbs, helping verbs and main verbs.